Facts.
So moving on to characters that don't actually suck anymore.
Yes, sir.
Yay.
The Int Goten, which I'm sure a lot of people have either baba'd or have just cried about getting in their summons because who wants this guy, has actually become something you kind of like.
Yeah.
Kinda. I like him a lot. He's very good.
Kinda. All right, Kamehameha category, key +3, hit points, attack, and defense 100%, or Int and physical type, key +3, stats 70%. Super attack causes supreme damage to the enemy, raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. Passive skill, attack plus 120%, reduces damage received by 40%, plus an additional attack plus 70%, and an additional damage reduction of 30% when performing a super attack if there's an ally whose name includes Trunks Kid or Krillin, youth excluded, attacking in the same turn. Link skills are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, The Innocents, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. Categories are Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Youth, Siblings Bond, Super Saiyans, and Kamehameha. They have drastically improved this unit, but Namor, you want to go ahead and give me your thoughts on this?
I'm actually gonna wait until you do the Trunks too.
Okay, so you're going to look at them together as a unit. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and do that. We'll jump into the Trunks side. We'll go through him really quick, and we'll just talk about them as a pair, because I think that's the way most people are going to end up running these guys. So Trunks becomes Kamehameha category, key 3, stats 100, or Tech and Fizz, key 3, stats 70%. Causes supreme damage to the causes supreme damage to the enemy, and raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. He has attack plus 120%, reduces damage received by 40%, plus an additional attack plus 70%, and additional damage reduction to 30% when performing a super attack if there is an ally whose name includes Goten Kid or Krillin, youth excluded, attacking in the same turn. Link skills are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, The Innocents, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. Categories are Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, Movie Heroes, Vegeta's Family, Youth, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, and Battle of Wits. Back to you, Namor.
Okay, so on paper these two look very similar, and they are, but I think that Trunks is a better by a lot, because, listen to this, his passive activates when there's another Goten in the same turn. You know who has Goten in their name? LR Gobers. And Goten does not have like a partner like that in his own type or in any of the categories. And plus, Trunks is doing the Kamehameha, which is pretty rare for a Trunks unit, so I like him better, but both of them are pretty much the same unit, except for those 2 facts. But I like them.
But you could pair them, like if you had Go Bros and the Mighty Mask LR? Like you could
Mighty
run
Mask?
Yeah, not Mighty
Goten
Mask,
and Trunks?
the Goten and Trunks.
Yeah.
You could run them on opposite rotations, but still get their passives off because of those 2 cards.
Yep.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I mean, I feel like at this point, most players, if you were going to use them, would probably throw LR Mighty Mask on the team anyways for those who actually pulled it.
Damn.
But it wouldn't even be a Kamehameha team that you would throw them on. Obviously, you
Be
could
a hybrid
try to
Saiyans
prioritize
team.
having them with... Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you would have him probably on a team even with GoPros. But...
I mean, we do have to throw out here that where the fuck is the Krillin on any of those categories?
This is true.
Like, literally
Majin
none
Buu
of
Saga
those
and Movie
categories.
Heroes.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, we
But
still
it's not a good Krillin. It's the free-to-play one from the Bio Broly
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
Right, the Krillin with the hair. Yeah, he's
with the hair.
bad. So, I mean, that makes me think that they're going to come out with a Krillin at some point.
One would freaking hope, right? I mean, they've already come out with,
I mean,
3 decent Krillins in the last year and a half. The Battlefield
dude, I
1,
rewatched that
the Prime
movie
Battle.
the other day.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Yeah, I rewatched that movie the other day, and like Android 18 is like really prevalent in that movie.
Yeah.
And like she should have a card. Like she carries that whole fucking movie. Like it's literally an Android 18 movie at that point. Like she fights all the
Basically.
bad dudes. She fights Broly. I mean, I don't. Krillin does a Destructo Disc and cuts off Bio Broly's head. You know. I'm like, that's a moment. Like, that should be a card. But I digress.
I'm gonna keep my comment to myself about Android 18, but hey, fantastic.
Oh, we know. I'm with
There's
you.
a reason you keep a box of Kleenex on your desk. We know. So, anyway.
Anyway, about the units. My bad, I got sidetracked.
That happens to us all the time. But yeah, whether you guys run these two as a pair on the same rotation, or you use that trick we were just talking about, where you take the Go Bros, pair them with the Trunks, and then you take the LR, Goten, and Trunks and pair them with the Goten, you're able to use these units. I think they're both pretty decent. Again, they fall into that trap we were talking about earlier where, yeah, they have damage reduction and it does get up to 70%, but they don't have any defense. And based off of their super attack, they're designed to be the first unit in the turn because you want to buff everybody else's attack. I don't see me in a position where I'm going to put either one of these in slot 1 if there's any kind of attack coming at them before they get their supers off.
Yeah, I agree. I think what they could have done for them was if they got to greatly raise defense for one turn, that would have made them so much better. Honestly, but I like them. I think they're both fun. You know, they hit pretty decent attack stats. I think I got Goten, Rainbow, and stuff like that. It's like 2 million, about like 2.4 being like the highest. Yeah, I mean, they're fun. I think the issue with Global right now, right? It's that these units, like Goten and Trunks, came out in April on JP. So from April till now, we've gotten so many better banner units. So it just kind of hurts them in that aspect. It's like they're not as hyped as they were when they originally came out, because when they came out, dude, it was hype. You know, it's just so much stuff has come out since then that I think they've dwindled off a bit. 100%. But I like them. I've had fun showcasing them and kind of, looking at their kits and stuff like that. I do think they're very good. 70% damage reduction is very high. It's definitely notable for super attacks, because like I took Goten into Extreme Super Battle Road. Remember, there's no Kid Trunks that you could bring, and he got supered. And I think he took around 140k in Extreme, and then he was taking about 30k from normal. So the DR definitely helps more with the super attacks, in my opinion. But yeah, I just wish they maybe greatly raised defense for it. That's always something I like on units now.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other thoughts on these two before we move on to the Fit Boo, guys?
AI.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, you kind of have to, I know that we're all been playing for a while, and some of us are whaley, right? Mm-hmm. So we're all like, oh yeah, we got him rainbow. But you gotta think about all of these things, even with the banner and stuff, as what if you were new, right? What if you just picked up the game? What if you've only been playing since the download celebration or 50 or something? In that case, these units are super dope, right? They're pretty good for shitty, common units that you get all the time. That's, I think, definitely worth talking about. So if you're new, don't listen to these fucking old men. Just play the game and enjoy your units you have.
Right, and we do often get caught up in the what is the best, because we have been covering this game. We've talked about 150,000 different units, and what the vast majority of the online community is concerned about is whose pixels are bigger, who does the more damage, which super attacks are the prettiest, who has the cool sticker effect. And a lot of that stuff outside of the mathematical stuff like damage done is very subjective. It's up to your own personal interpretation. I love these two card arts, for example. I like them together because they mirror each other. That's why I keep flipping back and forth between them, because I think it's cool. Anyway, but for me, I probably won't run either one of these units, and I have the Goten set up where he could be 90% right now, and I probably won't run either one of them because I don't have a team that they benefit because of other units that I have. But let's say I didn't have, I don't know, a better Goten, like the family Kamehameha Goten, which is almost impossible with as much as they give that guy out for free. But let's say you don't have that Goten, then this Int Goten is better than not having a Goten at all. Yeah. And that's probably not the best way to say it, but this game is designed where once you get something that has the same name that's better, you almost never go back to the other thing until they go back and update it and make it comparable, if not slightly better than the thing you've already been using. It's just the nature of how this particular style of gacha game works. So I think a lot of us do get wrapped up in the fact that we have something that kind of sort of, because it has the same name and does something a little bit better, like that particular strength Goten. He's quite a reliable tank. You know, he's got that defense raise on his super and everything, so he kind of just outshines this Goten in today's meta because defense is more important. But that's not to say that this character is a bad unit. This character is going to be massively helpful for people with low to mid tier boxes.
Right, thank you. That's all I was saying.
I know. Thank you for reminding me that I often get caught up in the whale mentality, because I do, and I don't think about it. So,
I do have one thing to say about
Sure.
these two, and also the bull, which we will talk about like now, I guess, is the super attack animations. I think they were pretty lazy when they did these two, and the bull. Like, they should have done more. I think that they didn't even change anything about the Goten and Trunks, except for their lines with what they say when they do the super attack.
I mean, in their defense, that movie sucked balls. So
there's really not a lot of non-generic energy blast moments in that movie. I think Trevor hit the big one on the head was when we got the Destructo Disc decapitation, and then the group energy blast at the end.
Right, yeah.
So, but yeah, I do think that they could do better with super attacks, but these are what? When did these guys originally come out?
April.
I think these are about 4 years old, aren't they?
Yeah, these guys originally came out June 13th of 2017 before their awakenings.
Okay.
So they're not going to, like, I don't think there's a lot of units that once they awaken them from an older unit to a newer unit like that they go back and redo the super attacks. I think if we go back and look at it, you'll see a lot of these older units are getting, love as far as stats are concerned, but their super attacks aren't generally being touched.
Yeah. Speaking of bad pixels, have you seen in Gotenks' event when the tech Gotenks supers you?
Oh,
and
God.
then your character gets zoomed into the screen?
No, I actually haven't seen that. Like, I mean, I've ran the event, but you guys know me when I'm streaming. I'm not really paying attention to the game.
Oh, dude, you should see it.
So, okay, so moving on to Mr. Fitboo.
He is fit. Dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
him.
he is very.
Ooh, this guy. All right, so leader skill. This is the awakened version. Yes, okay. Leader skill, agility type 3, stats 90%. Super attack is causes supreme damage with medium chance of stunning the enemy. Passive skill is attack and defense plus 150%. Key plus 3 plus an additional attack and defense plus 150%, and a high chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack for 7 turns from the start of turn. So keep in mind, that's all tied together. The attack and defense plus 150% is the first part. But that key plus 3, the additional attack and defense 150%, and the chance of evading enemy's attack all go away 7 turns after the start of battle. But as we were talking earlier, 7 turns is more than long enough for 90% of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even after he loses that, when I did my showcase on him, he basically was still like at 140k defense, even losing that, which was still pretty high. So I'm like, damn, dude, like you could really rock him anywhere. Like, yeah, 140k defense in hindsight isn't the highest, but like, it's
Was that
not...
rainbowed though?
Yeah, rainbow. I would feel like most people.
I don't think that counts.
No.
Well, you gotta
specify that counts.
Well, you also kind of look at it from the aspect of, what's he like at 55%. I think
Right.
55%, but I haven't like messed around with him yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at that.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna start doing some 41%. SA1. You just pulled him. Like,
Let's do it, dude. I would love it. Let's make that a series. We'll call it the 41 Club.
One thing that I just seen from the chat, which I do agree with, he's definitely a Bergamo, but he's a better version of Bergamo. He
How?
doesn't need to get hit.
Like, no, seriously, not to be argumentative here, but Bergamo just consistently becomes a god. After 7 turns, this guy falls off the cliff.
No, but like that's like like this guy doesn't need a build up for that 300% attack and
Yeah,
defense.
Bergamo is turn 1 is not as good.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Gotenks.
that's like the difference. Like this guy's like he has Bergamo's same passive, but he gets it like from turn 1 for 7 turns, while Bergamo takes I mean, it could take 7 turns for him to get hit as many times.
Right.
So that's kind of like the difference. But no, Skinny Boo is fantastic. I like him a lot.
I don't want to argue that too much, but Bergamo does raise defense on a super.
Yeah, there is that.
No doubt, he's better defensively. But I would say like Skinny Boo all around, like with his like numbers and stuff.
I see it. If you're comparing, let's say turns 1 through 4, I can see where Majin Buu is going to be better than Bergamo, unless Bergamo eats a crap ton of hits turn 1.
Yeah, and
right.
you can even rock them together. I mean, it doesn't matter.
The question is, right? They're on the same category.
Oh yeah.
The question is, which one are you going to run on SBR? Bergamo or this guy?
Boo,
Obviously, Boo.
Yeah,
right.
Boo. This is
Bergamo does not stack fast enough.
When I took him into the extreme, Super AGL one, he did wonderful. He did so well. that one.
I don't know, I think Bergamo does pretty well on Super Battle Road. I think, like, I agree with you guys. I think for turns 1 through 4, this Boo is going to be better. I really do. But Bergamo, because you guys, I mean, you're aware I like my long-term events. I'm the LGE guy, blah, 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 blah. Bergamo, for every point invested into him, he returns so much more.
Right.
Like, after turn 7, this guy's going to be a decent unit. This Majin Buu is going to be a decent unit. After turn 7, Bergamo is going to be God. I mean, it's that to me. I mean, but again, it's comparing short-term event or short-form events like Dokkan battles versus long-form events like LGE. So they each have honestly, their place to shine.
Yeah, it's weird to me that we're even fucking comparing them because they're only share one category and like they're the 6th slot. Like you're choosing between Bergamo or this guy. Like, what's your team? You know what I mean? Like, on the teams that you'd run them with. Like, they don't even link together. You wouldn't run them, I don't think, realistically on the same team. I think that's a really weird team comp that you got going on. But, like, he's going to go on a Boo team, primarily, probably, right? Like, Representative Universe 7 seems kind of a stretch anyway. But if you want to, you could.
You can get some key links in Representative Universe 7. Revival and Shocking Speed are pretty prevalent between Reps Universe 7, between the Friezas and the Android 17.
Oh, I don't run Frieza on Reps Universe 7. You crazy?
I'm just saying, some people do. Some people do.
Some people do. Some people do. You're right.
Just like some people don't have everything rainbowed, man.
Right.
Also,
true.
we got weighted by Slow Plays. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Slow.
Why do I just feel attacked right now?
I think what I'm trying to say is that like, you got to look at it at both point of views. Nothing against whales, obviously.
Whales.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. I love you guys. I miss you guys too.
This dolphin says whales are okay. So, but yeah, I mean, let's see here. Link skills are Innocence, Revival, Brainiacs, Majin, Shocking Speed, Infinite Regeneration, Fierce Battle, and then categories are Resurrected Warriors, Universe Survival Saga, Representatives, Universe 7, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Worthy Rivals, Majin Power, and Power Absorption. But yeah, he's good. Like, I don't want to say, like, just the only reason I brought it up is because I saw people comparing him to Bergamo, who Bergamo to me is just under top tier as far as like units that you want to take into long form events, which is where my bread and butter is. So that's generally the filter that I look at units through. I see this thing drops off after 7 turns and I'm like, oh yeah, he's going to be good for Dokkan events, but I don't give a crap about him. But that's just me and my bias.
Yeah, again, it just really comes down to like playstyle, right? Like, again, Bergamo in long events completely squashes him. I think the only reason why I make the comparison between the two is just mainly because like the stat buffs, right? Like, they both get that 300% attack and defense. That's basically, that's primarily it. But other than that, no, like I would 100% take Bergamo over him in a Legendary Goku any day.
The only thing that I can say that is at least decent is that at least this unit still can clap with 150 after the 7 turns.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna, we can't. It is a very different comparison. Like, if you item with Bergamo and SBR on the first turn, like, you don't have to worry about your defense after that first turn. You'll be fine. Like, especially if you put them in the slot that has the most attackers, you'll be fine after all those attacks are done with. If you item the first. If you're doing no item, then you're kind of meh. But, like, take for example with this Boo, like, he could still do some decent damage after that 7. Like, it's not going to be, like, his top tier of damage, but he's still going to do decent.
Way better than he was before, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, facts. Straight facts.
Which is really the point. He got an upgrade.
Yeah, he got a massive upgrade, and I'm happy about it, because I actually like Fit Boo. I just hated his card, and I couldn't use it, and now I can use it.
Yeah, definitely another good example of taking a unit that had no relevance whatsoever and bringing them into the meta. I mean, it's... Say what you will about the way that Global has been handled this calendar year. When you look at the game from its original design perspective, from the Japanese side of things, everything's flowing just fine. I don't know what the miscommunication is on the Global side, but the units coming out, which is primarily what we should be worried about in this game, yes, it would be nice to have more and more various forms of content. But at the end of the day, this is a game about collecting units and having usable characters. And they're knocking it out of the park as far as that's concerned, you know, in my opinion. Like, old characters becoming relevant. Easy A, hands down, best thing they've ever done in the game was Easy A's. You know, just... You've had these things for years, and now you can take them and use them again, and not be like... Well, I'm sure most people don't have this problem, but, you know, when you use a weird team, Trevor will be one to side with me on this one. When you use a weird team and you're a content creator, the backlash you get from your viewers, like, you literally have to justify why you're doing stupid things. Like, and by the way, that justification from here on out is for the content. Like, yes, I know running 120% Easy A, you know, Gohan from the Super Battle Road as my leader in Hybrid Saiyans is not the best idea. I've cleared that stage in 12 minutes, you know? Let's do something that makes it a little harder, you know? When I'm running double physical Boda Magetta teams versus Legendary Goku, yes, I know it's going to take me an hour and a half to beat it. I know I could do it in 12 minutes, but it's the point of it's content, or it's a stupid challenge that I've come up with for myself. When we see teams that include weird makeups, like if you end up with a team where you have Majin Buu and Bergamo on the same squad, yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense from an effective gameplay standpoint, but someone has a reason that they're doing it. And I'm going to do it just because we brought it up.
Right. All about the optimal.
So.
Optimal.
But yeah, words are hard.
No, you're fine.
I'm really excited about the future of Dokkan based off of the cards we've been getting, more so than the content. Like, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, I think we have a healthy place to go based on the way the cards are shaping up, but they need to step up the game content itself in order to be able to keep us alive.
Shaping up, Majin Buu shape up.
You like that? You like that? Okay.
What is up, my dudes? If you like this clip, be sure to check out the full episode down below in the description. Also in the description below, you can find all of our panelists on Twitch, YouTube, and various social media. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring that bell so that you know when the GGP puts up some freshly squeezed content.